So, prediction bans. What do you think?
Alright, so we were discussing earlier with Asterai, and Neep has also contributed a lot into the pick and ban phase. We were expecting, well, actually, yeah, we were expecting a Maokai just there. Poppy, obviously, onto TG. Annie over onto Stronger, and Ochi. We saw Ochi's performance on Annie yesterday.
Yes, I think it was 2 games yesterday.
Yeah, it was. So he's very, very adept at Annie as well as Stronger. There's a Zed onto Yume, which we also had predicted.
Yes.
And now it's back to the final 2. MSKI might just take out Lee Sin onto Ravane, or maybe take out Irelia onto JLC. We're not so sure, but I think those
TG
are
is pretty good as well.
Oh, there it is.
Yes,
Italy. So that's gonna take out the possibility of Ravane using Nidalee, which has been a strong jungler recently with the assassin capabilities, and the Rek'Sai on to Kulit. So there we go.
So they didn't ban Irelia, so they quickly auto-lock TJ onto that Irelia, which really performed really well yesterday.
We did see yesterday that even if Irelia has a little bit of a hard time in the early game, oh man, you should watch out for her in the late game.
Yes, for those people who have watched, I think they know what we're talking about. I think 5 tao sinusugad niya yata, and he's not afraid.
He's not afraid. He's like, I can just go up to your faces and kill you all.
Yes, exactly. So I hover onto the Sion. We haven't seen Sion recently at the PGS, right?
Yeah, actually, and that's quite a brave pick because we know that, or rather, we've seen before that even if you pick a Sion who ends up tanky on later in the game, we've also seen Irelia pretty much smash down that health like it's no problem. So it all depends on how JLC would handle that. But it looks like he's going to change his mind. I think he knows Sion's not such a good or safe pick against Irelia. And JLC TG, definitely one of the matches or lanes that we're looking at here. One of the top laners in the Philippines right here. So this should definitely be interesting. That's going to be a Gragas, which is very interesting. We have not seen
Gragas for a long time
since season 3.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
or was it 4? I think it was 4.
Yeah,
since
early season 4. He was a jungler and top laner, and back in season 3 he was a mid laner. But ever since the nerfs, we have not seen
him anymore.
Gragas that much. To bring him out is, well, this is really interesting. Wargas probably has some kind of strategy in store for us. Lee Sin, not a surprise. Ravane has shown his mechanics with Lee Sin.
Is that his main?
I'm not sure, but it seems like he could do very well with him.
Wow.
He's done. I think Lee Sin was the first jungler that he used as he entered the PGS, and he did a great job of replacing skill as a jungler. So this should be an exciting jungle match.
Definitely gonna be looking forward to that later on. So for MSKI, they have locked in their Morgana as a support and a LeBlanc, which you have predicted to be picked by Yume.
Yeah.
In this game earlier.
For Morgana, I was expecting either Stronger or Noelle to grab her. This is actually exciting as well because Noelle has not been in the pro gaming series. It's usually Zed and EXO, like we saw yesterday, who have been in that bottom lane. But now they're bringing out the EXO Noelle duo, which is, well, we've seen their performance in the GPL.
Effective.
It's been very effective. Their synergy has been founded, I believe, ever since season 2, I believe. So this is very exciting bottom lane. To go up against VOY and Stronger, it's an honor to witness this one.
As in, so I was just wondering, so kahapon, diba, we saw the Zed and the EXO combo, pero usually talaga EXO ang ADC.
Yeah, that's true. We saw yesterday that despite their success in the best of 3 yesterday, EXO and Zed kind of an over-aggressive bottom lane there. They made a few mistakes. So they kind of got out of position. We saw that before MSKI got disqualified, they did have to burn 4 summoner spells in a level 2 gank, so that was quite dangerous for them. But I don't think we'll see that this time because EXO and Noelle, I think, are a much better bottom lane than Zed and EXO.
Yes, their synergy has already been tested.
Yes.
We have seen them already, and now a Corki, a very safe ADC. Right here for their comp. What do you think are they trying to form right now?
Not sure. Well, looking at War Gods right now, it's quite a sketchy composition. We don't see Gragas that often. Lee Sin, as we know, is quite hard to pull off, especially with all of the nerfs that have landed onto him recently.
Yeah.
Ezreal, he was successful yesterday, but mostly as, I believe, a mid laner from Light, from IPT.
But still, AD, building AD.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's a Cho'Gath, which is not popular except here in the Philippine scene, so I'm not sure what kind of composition they're going for. Yume getting the LeBlanc, that's very much predictable. One of his favorite assassins in the game. And then the Sejuani for Kulit, which is scary.
Yes,
scary
he's been
for
really
War
effective
Gods.
Against War Gods. And I think yesterday, Cho'Gath was, what game again? Was it War Gods? I think it was
so.
IPT.
Yeah, I believe Cho'Gath was a top laner then.
Yes, from
And
against a LeBlanc at that. It was
yeah,
a somewhat of a composition of a double AP.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
I
very
think
tanky.
Cho'Gath works well with that, and LeBlanc.
I'm not sure. Either could go mid lane actually. Cho'Gath could take mid or top, and that makes it easier
Yeah.
for War Gods to switch around their picks right now because they could choose whoever to go up against LeBlanc. It could be either Ezreal, it could be either Cho'Gath or Ezreal. Even Lissandra could take up against LeBlanc, although that might
Yes.
be a bit risky. But really, the composition of War Gods right now is very
Wow.
flexible, and that's gonna be a card that's locked in for top lane.
Support
Support.
Gragas.
Wow.
Ah. So they're opening it up
Yeah.
with a weird composition
Yeah.
right here at our first game at the finals of the
Yeah.
PGS. So
Well, this is very exciting. This is game one. Everyone has something to. This is their testing ground right now.
Yes, exactly.
You usually wouldn't pull off things like this if it had been the third, fourth game.
yes.
But because this is game one, War Gods does have the opportunity to surprise MSKI. They can bring out anything that they want. The risks are not so huge at game one, so
yes.
they are totally free to try out whatever they want. And clearly, they're showing us that they're confident to show off anything right now. This is very interesting.
But triple AP combo.
Yeah, that's
with that.
it's quite interesting.
Wow.
Looking at MSKI's composition right now, it's very standard. We've seen all players play all of these champions before,
Yes.
so we're expecting their usual performance. They've been performing very well. A little bit shaky towards the end of the series, but then again, they're still undefeated, so they're not a team to underestimate. Meanwhile, for War Gods, they've been up and down here and there. At the beginning of the PGS, they were not doing so well, and then
Yeah.
we receive information that they'd been one of the teams that practiced the most frequently. They improved a
Wow.
whole lot, and towards the end of the pro gaming series, out of nowhere, they surprise us and they make it to the finals. So
Wow.
this should be very interesting to see. I really can't predict who's going to win this one.
exactly, because their team comp
Yes.
for War Gods is just like they're just like testing the waters. I
Yeah.
haven't seen this kind of team comp
Yeah,
yet.
me too. For War Gods, it's a slightly more delicate composition, just because we don't. It's hard to explain, but the mechanics required to pull something like this off is quite high. All of them require quite a lot of great synergy to pull off. But so far, we've seen that War Gods can pull themselves together, even if they lose it out a bit towards the late game.
Yes.
Which is something that MSKI we know is very good at. They're good at holding the game off until the mid to the late game. But War Gods have shown that they can turtle things out and even get back into the game.
Yes.
So you guys better be ready. This is going to be very exciting.
Just super exciting. Also, I think what they're gonna try to do with this comp is that Gragas can do that poke and Ezreal as well.
Yes.
And keep poking them.
Yeah.
Until this Karthus can finish them off.
Yeah, that's true. Although we haven't seen a lot of Karthus
Top
top
lane,
laners, and
yeah.
that's especially scary against an Irelia who does not have a lot of reliable escape mechanisms. He
exactly.
would die, and TG has a lot of options to get away, but that should be very interesting. Some input coming in over from Asteroid right now. He's just saying that it looks like War Gods won't do the conventional laning phase and opt for an early aggression during game one.
Yes,
So
I do agree with
that
your
actually is
insights,
true.
Asteroid.
Their level 1 is quite scary. They do have a spike there because they do have the Lee Sin, and they have the Cho'Gath as well, so that's a lot of CC, and well, that's definitely something to look forward to.
They can, Karthus, I believe, will do the farm game at the first
definitely.
run.
We know that Karthus is like one of the strongest hyper carries later on as a mage. He's one of the strongest mage hyper carries, and definitely we have to watch out again for the mechanics of War Gods, because that's one of the most important things they need to pull a composition like this off.
Yes, exactly. So anyway, let's tell our viewers right now what they can win while watching this pro gaming series finals playoffs.
Alright, so let's go to the mechanics for the Carcarius right now. Just in case you guys didn't know, we are still giving away one final Carcarius for you guys. So what's gonna happen is we, the Shoutcasters, are going to announce when we will have the registration open. When we do announce, all you guys have to do is go over to the Facebook Pro Gaming Series page, open the registration form, sign up, and then you guys only have 5 minutes to sign up. After the 5 minutes, it'll be closed, and at the end of this best of 5, we're gonna show you guys who won the Razor Carcarius.
Yep, just
right?
one left, guys.
Here.
One left.
Alright, so before we
amazing.
get into anything, we are gonna take this short break.
Okay, welcome back to the Smart Prepaid GameX Pro Gaming Series 2015 Spring Season Finals. You're
Alright,
watching the
so
match between MSKI versus War Gods.
let's go over the team compositions one more time. On the blue side, we've got MSKI, the undefeated so far. That's TG in the top lane with the Aurelia. Kulit in the jungle with Sejuani. Yume in the mid lane with LeBlanc. And EXO in the well in that duo lane with the Caitlyn and the Morgana.
And as for War Gods, they have that weird top Karthus jungle used by JLC, and the jungle for Ravane using Lee Sin, mid Cho'Gath used by Ochi, VYY at that Ezreal, and of course the another weird pick coming in from War Gods, Gragas as the support by Stronger.
Alright, so let's just wait up for them to fix their settings.
Yep.
Gonna see if there will be any level 1 cheese that's gonna happen. They both have relatively strong level 1 compositions. They have Yume and Noelle for that reliable early CC. They've got the Dark Binding, they've got the Ethereal Chains, but at the same time, the level 1 from War Gods cannot be underestimated as well. So that's gonna be a very strong Lee Sin with the Q. They have the knock-up coming in from Ochi, and they also have Stronger with a slight slow coming in from his barrel. So that could be quite scary. But I would say that
they're gonna play safe.
Yeah.
They're not gonna try anything funny.
Yeah. Well, MSKI usually does not try anything funny. It's War Gods that's very confident with pulling off early aggressive plays. We've seen War Gods invade like there's no tomorrow.
Yes.
So it could be a very scary level 1 here. And I think that's one of the advantages that War Gods has, is that we know they're a very strong early game to mid game team, while MSKI can hold it off into the late game. So it's like their strategies are quite opposite.
Yes.
War Gods wants the early game and MSKI doesn't mind holding it off. So this should be very exciting to see how two opposite kinds of teams would clash.
Yes, it's all about consistency in this game right now.
Yes.
Since if ever, for example, nakakuha ng early lead itong War Gods, which is what you have said earlier, that's their strategy as of the moment, as of their team comps. We'll see if they can hold it out onto the grouping phase throughout the mid, keep the lead on, not, being too aggressive. I think yung napapansin ko sa mga teams natin in general, they have the lead, kaso nagiging sobrang aggressive, and then they lose it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, commenting on what you said earlier about consistency, that's definitely one of the important factors of a game that's a best of 5. We know that MSKI and War Gods are both very experienced teams, but in terms of consistency so far in the Pro Gaming Series, War Gods has been slightly shakier than MSKI has. So we were guessing that MSKI does have slightly upper hand here in this game. A lot of people are predicting that MSKI will be winning this one, but then again, War Gods did sort of spike into their late game in the Pro Gaming Series, and they have shown us, despite the shaky performance, that especially yesterday, it was so surprising to see them just fully come back from the lead that IPT got and just shut down Zensha like that.
Yeah.
It was really something. So definitely, even if MSKI has shown that they have the hand in the late game, War Gods does too.
Yes, and what we have been discussing earlier, we predicted that maybe they'd opt for a lane swap just to zone Aurelia from trying to farm early game, but I guess they did not. Dark Binding will connect right there, getting a lot of ult right here, and a heal is forced out of him, and wow, very aggressive. So, what we've been saying earlier, kabaliktaran pala, MSKI pala ang aggressive dito sa duo bot lane.
Yeah, it's a very aggressive bottom lane. I'm not surprised. EXO and Noelle, we've seen them before in both the... Wow, what an on-point Dark Binding.
Wow, another Dark Binding, pero that is a really, really nice play coming in from the level 2 to level 1. Grabe. They're just level 1 pa lang itong duo bot na War Gods.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, honestly, that MSKI is having the upper hand this early on in the bottom lane. Having a Morgana and a Caitlyn in a lane proves to be a very, very safe yet annoying bottom lane. And there's nothing that Gragas can offer to keep VYY in the lane. He doesn't have any form of sustain, and 3-6, he doesn't have any form of disengage as well.
Yes.
No matter what you do, even if he hits level 6.
Wow, that's the third binding.
Oh, wow.
3 out of 3.
Wow.
People, 3 out of 3.
I was afraid that Noelle was gonna have to warm up into this game because he hasn't been present in the series for a while. But clearly, it seems like he's been practicing for the finals. So, wow, I hope that Ravane has something in mind to help out this bottom lane, because BYY needs help.
Yes, an
Ooh.
ignite will drop onto that Yume, but I guess nothing will happen there much. They
Yeah.
just exchanged a couple of summoner spells from each other.
Yeah. Ashi
Oh wait,
doesn't have-
actually no, ignite only.
just ignite. Yeah.
Yes, ignite.
So
only.
Ashi burned the ignite, didn't finish him off. Ashi or Shogath rather doesn't have that much burst at that early level. Level 4, you probably have to wait for level 6. Maybe if he had Feast then, he could have finished him off, but not just yet.
Yes, it's really just too early at the moment. But you know, I was really expecting a lane swap coming in from War Gods just to shut down TG, but they're really not ready to face this duo bot as of this moment. Look at the CS, it's quite far already, and they're being zoned out pretty well by this duo bot. Anyway, we will see a gang coming in from Ravane. They are pretty extended.
the
A
flash!
will go there, will the slow connect, the Q connects as well, and the spell shield will save the
Oh my.
teleport coming in from top, the Dark Mind connects, another teleport coming in from Wargods, Exhaust will drop onto TG, but TG gets that first blood onto Gragas, and they disengage from that. JLC was not able to do anything from that.
Definitely. Irelia is such a way more effective if she TPs into another lane. There's not much that the Karthus can offer when he TPs into the lane other than that wall, which does have a lot of CC, but
Wow.
he might just kill EXO.
No, he
Force
was
the
being
heal.
used. One more hit, he takes tower damage, and now Morgana Noel's just putting in some auto attacks right there. Wow, they want something. Wargods really want something here.
I'm not surprised that JLC tried really hard. He did TP in for almost nothing there. He might have forced a few summoner spells to help out, but like I said, Irelia has a lot more to offer when she TPs down that bottom lane than a Karthus does. I guess that's the advantage of TPing down bottom lane pre-6 Karthus. It's that he doesn't have his ult just yet.
Yes.
So it was a good idea for TG to go down there, not to cancel. They clearly had the advantage, and I'm not surprised that the first one went to TG. This is gonna give JLC quite a hard time now.
Yes, at least they got, as you said earlier, a summoner spell off of EXO. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have flash
my.
and heal, and now Sejuani goes in.
Yeah,
But-
I guess that's one of the helpful things that Gragas has. It's his stun
Yes.
to knock people back. But other than that, the Black Shield still keeps this bottom lane quite safe. And in terms of CS, well, EXO is very much ahead.
You know, what I noticed about Caitlyn against Gragas, if you time the caliber and the body slam in the right timing, you cancel the distance gapper.
Yeah, that's true.
It happened to me a lot, and I was like, what happened?
Confusion everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's really a lot of options for the bottom lane right now, but VOI is still doing a good job of catching up with the CS. He's not totally lost in the bottom lane. There's definitely a lot of options still.
Yes, actually very good call coming in from Wargods. They know na nag-back
Yes.
yung duo bot, so okay, let's do Dragon. Sejuani is probably out, nag-back na siguro siya, and there, the first Dragon goes to GameX Wargods.
Great job coming in from War Gods. They did get the first dragon. That should help them out to get that additional AP/AD. It's not a lot, but it certainly would help them to reach their mid to late game phase.
Yes, and as you can see right there, they have the wards, the very, very deep wards coming in from Wargods onto Mineski's jungle. All three wards right there on the brush.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I meant by War Gods being such an aggressive early game team. They want to get all the advantages, all the objectives that they can in the early game. And because they know that Mineski's somewhat passive in the early game,
Yes.
they don't mind putting down all of those wards. Although, yeah, this is definitely what War Gods wants right now. Lee Sin, very important to make his presence felt early on in the game.
So we have action coming in from here at the top lane. The Bungusi JLC and Flash will be forced to use, but there we have TG once again getting the kill. So he makes it so easy, man.
Yeah, he really does, especially that first blood. Wow, stronger.
Okay, Caitlyn doesn't have ult yet. So
Yeah, she doesn't. Alright, he's safe, but there's definitely a gap right now. That's gonna be a level 3 or level 4 Gragas against a level 6, or almost level 6 Noel. So when he does get his ult, the tower diving could be real. Although Ravane looking like he wants to help out right now.
you know what? I kind of like what Wargods is doing. They're concentrating here on this bot lane kasi nga, they're always extended. Mineski's always extended right here. So they want to give room, give space dito sa bottom lane ng Wargods. Because, you know, guys, when you guys gank, tapos pag nakita kayo, okay lang yun because they're
Yeah.
forced to back
Yeah.
and at least yung wave marireset lang kahit papano at makaka-CS ng maayos yung ADR nyo.
Yeah, Rivain really does have to help this bottom lane. They need to get VYY going. VYY, one of the carries of this team, definitely showing its presence yesterday in the games against IPT.
Oh dear. I don't think a binding miss. Kahit minion pa yun.
Oh my!
Wow!
It's a tower dive!
Tower dive and JLC just disappeared and I guess will the damage be enough?
No, it
Nope.
won't.
Nope. He does have MR already, PG.
Yeah, opted in for that early null magic mantle.
Wow, so this is like parang Thorn yung jungler
Yeah,
ng War
that's-
Gods. What am I gonna do
That's
here?
a very good point. The bottom lane in both the bottom lane and top lane are in need of assistance. Mid lane is quite fine, although Ochi's a little bit behind in CS. I'm not surprised because he does hit his spike after level 6, but this really rips Rivain apart. He's not sure if he's going to help the bottom and top lane. I think he really does have to help the top lane a bit more though. JLC needs to play a bit safer, and he should have. Wargon should have known that this risk was going to be here.
Yes.
Picking a lane like Ez and Gragas against such a hard poke team in the bottom
Yes,
lane, and
no
then
sustain whatsoever.
yeah, and then picking a Karthus as well up against TG and not opting to lane swap. They
Yes.
went for so many risks here, and Rivain can't patch it up. So
Yes.
this is a very scary early game right now for War Gods, which is not what they want considering they usually need that early game.
So I guess the edge of War Gods at the moment is how they clear objectives, pero of course the kill and pressure lead goes to Mineski.
Yeah, I mean, just based on kills from Irelia right now, they have like almost 3,000 gold lead, and that spells a lot that even if they got the first dragon, it's not showing a lot of effect so far.
Yes, indeed. So we do have a pause. Anyway, grabe si Aurelia. Picking up that Hex Drinker. So I'm expecting a lot of dives kahit mag-tower hug itong si Karthus.
Yeah,
Sa Giovanni, Kulit, and TG, they do have really good synergy together. And they are able to execute tower dives really well.
yes, that's very true. So Sejuani can just tank that tower, so I'm sure that Kulit is not afraid to dive, especially considering how squishy Karthus is in the early game. He only has a tier and a Dorans, and that's not a lot. So Kulit is totally free to gank wherever lane he wants.
Exactly.
The important part, I think, here is that War Gods does not want to prolong this laning phase. They want to get out. They want to be able to make picks
Yes.
with the Lee Sin and the Cho'Gath so that they can get themselves back to the game, because the laning phase is not where they're gonna excel.
That bait! And a flash will be used right there. And nothing will happen much, but they do lose a lot of important summoner spells at that.
Yeah, but it was a good idea for Sejuani here, or Colette, to focus that bottom lane. They are gonna focus this bottom turret, and Dragon's coming up in 1 minute as well. That is gonna be a VYY without
wow.
a flash.
So a counter gank, actually just a counter, but he will not be able to do
Oh my!
it. It's just super duper painful. Is he asking for more? Is he gonna dive? Is he's thinking
gonna
about
live,
it?
yeah.
Guess not.
Oh wow, what an intense early game, but the goal lead right now is all leaning towards MSKI just because of TG.
Yes.
He's completely shutting down JLC. Their gold worth is at such a big difference right now. It's almost 2,000, and already with the Sheen and the Hex Drinker,
Yes. and-
JLC can't even hope to tickle Irelia at this point.
Exactly. So I bet when he goes back, mas lalakas pa siya because he's gonna buy a new item, which is the Phage.
Yep. Man, that's gonna hurt.
More tanky, more HP for him.
No tickling. Irelia won't even laugh. She'll just look at you and then kill you.
Yes. Anyway, mukhang Mineski has the upper hand as
Yeah.
for position.
Not sure if I think it wouldn't be smart if War Gods would contest this one right
Yeah.
now, considering that LeBlanc also has the Morello and Oshi only has the Catalyst of the Protector right now. It's not a lot that they can do.
Yeah. Cho'Gath gets tanky around mid to late.
Actually, Mineski does not have.
Oh, here
Oh
comes the
my.
dive once again, and da-da-da-da-da, unstoppable, effortless, and Requiem will be used because two members
Oh!
from War Gods is there.
Shut him
and
down.
Who is gonna shut him down? The kill will go to who? Oh,
And there
we
it is.
go.
All
So
right.
a kill towards PG in exchange for the second dragon for them. You know, they can potentially steal because Lee Sin. Oh wait, They're on a different
Yeah, he was way
side.
too far. It was a good call. The moment they saw Ravane climbing up into the top lane, they traded the first dragon for a shutdown on Irelia.
Okay, so looks
Oh
like
my.
they will get a pick onto Achi. Ignite will drop onto Kulit, and now this Caitlyn is taking 3 hits, and now Yume is right there to get the kill for himself.
Way too much CC coming in from MSKI. They have the chains, they have the binding, they have the plain CC from Sejuani.
Yes.
It's just so scary. There's not a lot.
Oh, the blue bomb!
Aw.
So much effort just to get the blue buff, and got poked by BYY, and all the damage
my.
are dropping onto EXO. A
Double
few
flash.
more hits for him. They expended a lot for that. Ravane still trying to push them back here.
Yeah, that was a double flash too. Not
a
so
heal.
worth it, yeah.
Yeah.
So 6-1 and the goal lead is it's around 4,000 right now. Like I said, War Gods really needs to invest in making picks with the Lee Sin and the Achi. Right now, it seems like MSKI is getting everything that they want. TG has been such a carry for MSKI. At times when it seemed like MSKI was almost losing,
Yes.
TG was there to help them get back into the late game. And especially with an Irelia, who we know is totally an anti-carry. There's really a lot to fear right now, especially considering that your Karthus is not scaling right now into the late game. He
not
doesn't have
really
any
well.
core item. It's been
That-
14 minutes already.
Already has an Archangel Staff. Completed, binding misses. Caitlyn is just hiding around the bush just to bait out Ravane. Where is he gonna safeguard? An ultimate will drop onto that, but a nice body slam will save him. Actually, the damage will be not enough. Sejuani bumps into this Cho'Gath, gets silenced right there, and now 2, 3 members, 4 actually, are right here at the jungle of MSKI.
Yeah,
Wow,
so-
all of them are there.
Yeah, this is what they need to do, I guess. Ravane and Achi running around as well as Stronger. Those are the 3 champions that have the most CC and have the most potential to make a pick.
Yes.
If they can bring VYY, spike him into the mid game, he's quite behind right now, 20 CS behind. And in terms of gold, 4,000, or around 400 gold rather behind. He's still in the game. He's not completely behind. So if they can get VYY going, together with Achi, I really think that War Gods can get back to the game. They just have to make picks.
Yes. Pero I think they're kind of torn kung sino ang kung anong strategy ang gagawin nila. Are they going to add pressure towards the bottom lane just for the duo bot? Anyway, hold that thought. We have something going on here in the mid lane. A very nice angle just for Kulit to drop that prison. And they got a pick from that. They got Lee Sin. Amazing.
Yikes.
Very well done. Cleanly executed. They're looking for more. One more hit towards this. And another very good dark binding just to save Yume from that tower
Oh my
dive once
gosh.
again. He doesn't care. I don't care if I'm taking tower hits. I'm PG.
So effortless right there.
As in. So I don't know what War Gods is doing. They're just allowing Irelia to farm
Yeah,
this
she
top
just
lane.
keeps going right now. Her gold worth is 6,000. It's the highest in the game. TG is... I don't know. They have to stop her.
Yes, exactly.
They really have to stop TG right now. He's level 11.
Don't
He's at
let him
par
farm.
with the mid laner right now. And
As in.
yikes.
Don't let him farm. Parang ganun. So, I guess yung pinag-uusapan natin kanina na lane swap would have been practical
Yeah.
for War Gods if they wanna zone out TG away from the minions for him to farm.
Yeah,
But-
that was really what I was expecting. Karthus being put into the bottom lane against a Caitlyn. Not a gigantic problem. He can just stay by his tower and use the Q to farm.
Yes.
Because he does outscale, or he does outrange the auto attacks of Caitlyn.
Yes.
And at the same time, VYY can kind of bully out TG along with Gragas there. But that's not what they did. Clearly, they paid the price in the early game. 17 minutes in, 4,000 gold ahead. And if MSKI keeps going like this, there's not a lot of options that War Gods has in the late game. Considering JLC is gonna take a long time before he gets going.
Yes, exactly. So, ayun, Irelia free farming up top. No one's bothering him. No one's bothering TG at the moment. The pressure is
I'm
right
waiting
here.
to see an insect kick. I'm waiting for it.
Yes.
I'm waiting for Exo to come flying to Achi's mouth. But that's not gonna happen
What?
really.
Okay, yeah,
Really.
but he doesn't have flash at the moment.
Yeah. Achi needs to have a buffet, but that's not gonna happen soon.
Flash towards
Oh my
JLC.
gosh.
Here we go again. Ravane is right there. And a kick towards TG, taking a lot of tower
Ooh.
hits. And I guess
Nice.
that will be a shutdown and the kill will go to Revane.
Yeah, that's good for Ravine. That's the second time that he's been able to shut down TG. The only problem is that every time before Ravine can shut him down, TG always takes someone out as well.
Yeah,
So
that is the problem. And here,
Oh my.
Yume, he actually stayed for Yume
Oh,
right there.
wow.
That was pretty awkward. You know, LeBlanc has those
yeah,
close gappers, so it was, I don't know.
yeah. I was actually expecting him to shift away from the chains, but
Yes.
it didn't make it in time. VYY looking a bit shaky right now. He ideally would be the mid game carry for War Gods at this point, but he doesn't have the Trinity Force yet. We're approaching 20 minutes in, and Caitlyn already has the Infinity Edge. This is really a shaky 18 minutes in for War Gods right now. They have to. I'm afraid because earlier we were saying that War Gods' strategy should have been to
Early
bring
game.
Ochi and Rivane around
Yes.
to make picks around in the jungle. But at this point where so many towers are already pushed, MSKI slowly crawling into the jungle of
War
War Gods.
Gods.
They've got the wards around here. And at this point, I'm not sure Rivane can make a lot of picks anymore because even if he does, they don't have the damage to make the pick as well.
Yes, I do agree with you, and of course MSKI has the upper hand in terms of position right here, but they're slowly poking down Kulit, which is the
Ooh.
oh, that kind of missed. Irelia is teleporting towards there, and now they are. Wow, is Ezreal quickly exploded away from that, and Rivane has stepped on a trap, and but the safeguards towards there, but nope. The SS from Caitlyn will finish him off. Ochi is caught from the dark binding right here. Gragas concentrating on those two people. They do have different targets, but MSKI right here coming up on top
Oof.
of that clash. They do get 5 kills, an ace, and they get Dragon.
And that's a 9,000 gold lead at 20 minutes into the game. That's... I am not sure how War Gods can get back into this one. VYY not showing his best mechanical skill with this Ezreal. He's
Yes.
making questionable positioning. His essence shift is being used awkwardly every
Yes.
now and then. I think they have to... I think we saw this coming partly because of the picks that they made. It was a very questionable pick and ban phase. Not sure if War Gods was just warming up, trying something new, but I don't think they have the privilege to do that again the second game.
Yes.
I think it would have been better if Stronger went for a roaming support to help out Lee Sin and get maybe Ochi or JLC going somewhere. VYY could have helped farm his own. So far, this Gragas support thing is really just looking like
It's awkward.
yeah,
Awkward
it's-
right now.
It wasn't the best of picks
Yes.
for Stronger.
Let's see what TG has for everyone right here. It's 3 people, a kick towards Yume.
Oh my.
Wow, the damage is there. Super painful Yume with that Morellonomicon, a needlessly large rod.
If
Wala.
Philippines had the power, I think they would nerf Irelia right now.
Yes. Nerf TG.
Like the 100th Irelia ban and nerf. This is why we were saying Irelia should have probably been banned, or JLC should have probably picked him first.
Yes. But I think MSKI had the first pick earlier.
Yeah, they
That's
did.
why ayun auto-lock si TG.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny to look
We
at.
saw it coming. It was either Irelia ban or pick really for MSKI. And clearly TG showing his... I'm not even sure if it's completely the Irelia pick here that makes the difference, because you put Karthus up against her. If
Yeah.
you picked a different top laner, maybe the Sion would have even been a better choice.
Yeah,
You've seen
I
Sion
agree.
give Irelia a hard time as well. The Karthus, either lane swap or just pick a different champion, because really, it's not looking good.
Wow! Imagine diving into 2 people.
Oh, wow.
I know 5
5
are
versus
collapsing.
1.
Will he be able to kill anyone before he falls? I guess not. I guess it's too much to ask. But right here, the damage is just too painful. Wow.
But look how long it took all 5 of them
To
to take
kill.
down the Irelia.
Yeah.
Caitlyn is just doing her thing right now.
Split pushing. Okay, don't mind me.
Yeah.
I'm right here. Oh my god. Anyways,
Ooh.
the rotations coming in from MSKI. Top lane and then bot. No, don't recall. I do not
Oops.
allow you to recall. Ignite will drop onto Gragas and they get a pick off, and that Solari will activate. Ochi is the only one left right here. Soul Shackles will be used to lock down, and here comes the Requiem. Goodbye.
Yay! Alright, so the Requiem finally killed someone.
Yep.
But looking at the game right now, it's 11,000 gold ahead. The Baron's completely free. MSKI's officially invaded their entire jungle.
Yeah, they lost that inhibitor turret right there. What?
They didn't give War Gods any time to breathe. The moment War Gods slipped the early game, MSKI just crawled all over them. They're really... I was not expecting this huge a lead right now in this game.
Yeah,
But I don't know if I can take the game that seriously as well. I can't say that War Gods is completely at a loss. Mostly because of really the pick and ban phase.
Yes. And they don't have vision at all for this Baron. I mean, they could contest this because it's still early. Baron is really painful at this point of the game. And if they had the ward, siguro, they could have contested this one.
Ooh,
but nope, they don't have any vision whatsoever. They're playing the defensive, on the defensive rather.
Yeah.
Since most of their lanes are shoved.
Yeah, they can't, even if they did have vision on that Baron, they might have just gotten aced as well, considering the lead that MSKI has right now. So
well,
really,
I mean, just wait it out for a moment and pagbawas na sila, pasok na sila.
Maybe Ravane could have gotten like a Baron steal or something.
Yeah, that could be safer.
Oh
and
my.
What? Oh dear, that was another effortless kill coming in from Yume. Really too painful. Not a good idea to... A flash will be used anyway. TG is onto JLC once again. And... Da-da-dang. There we go.
Well, Aurelia's 10-3 and LeBlanc is 8-1. Period.
Yeah.
That's really it. I was waiting... You see, War Gods has a lot of disengage options. They have the kick, they have the knockup from Cho'Gath, and they have the ult as well from Gragas. So during team fights, I was expecting a play with those abilities. Because like we were saying earlier in the pick and ban phase, they had a delicate team composition, but it could be pulled off. They do have the mechanical skill. It's just that it seems they don't have
the synergy,
a complete understanding yet of how to handle a team composition like this. And clearly, MSKI took advantage of that mistake.
Yes, so here Ochi is getting poked down slowly. But the inhibitor... Okay, TG is split pushing.
Ooh.
Up top. And they don't wanna...
JLC has no answer
you know, it's
to
a
this.
bad idea to send JLC down to protect, because you know they have the dash, they have everything. Oh, Gragas is here for the backup. What is he gonna do? He is able to finish the tower. Half HP TG runs away. Nope, he doesn't run away. He goes in towards JLC, onto two people, manages to kill him before he dies. Oh, dear.
Ravane is probably having a good time. He's always the one shutting down TG.
Yeah.
But there's really no one else that can go up against him, and the only reason that happens is because Ravane's always there at the right time, just to finish him off, really.
Okay, a few more hits for Yume, and distorted back to...
Yeah. UAY got his revenge, finally.
Yep, here we go. And now, the ultimate from Gragas will be activated. Ravane taking a lot of damage, flashes towards her just to go back, and a spell shield, dark binding.
Oh!
Well, and the true shot barrage misses that. Hindi nila natapos na finish yung kill.
Wow, it's like 15,000 gold away. Baron's in their hands, and they have 2 stacks of Dragon. The third one will just give them a movement speed boost. A movement speed boost. Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah, so I really think War Gods has to think about their second game already at this point. TG will not stop. He won't stop.
Yeah,
that's really all I can say.
Aurelia.
Aurelia is not gonna stop. They will just keep crawling into the base bit by bit. They've really taken so much already. That's the 3rd dragon for them.
Yeah, and you know they can't actually contest anything anymore. Not even their own buffs, not even their own raptors.
Yeah, that's the advantage has been too big. So let's talk about what they have to do in the second game, which is number 1, pick and ban phase. They've already sort of lost.
Yeah.
And they could have still won actually. The picks aren't impossible to win with.
Yes.
I guess the way they played it out did not work.
Yeah.
They weren't able to keep JLC safe. They allowed Aurelia to keep going. Ravane was not able to make his presence felt during the early game. And really, Kulit was walking. It felt like MSKI was just dictating majority of the pace of this match.
Well, killing spree right here, and now double kill for EXO. And now Ochi is caught up all alone right here, a triple kill. And now they are all diving, and Noel gets the kill with that. Requiem will be activated. Will it kill anyone?
Wow,
nope,
Kulit's still alive.
I guess not.
Well, yeah. So as I was saying, Lee
Yeah.
Sin, yeah, they really need to think about what kind of composition they want to bring off and how to do it, because it's simple enough to bring out all these amazing rare champions and
Yes.
say that we've got something in store for you guys that you've never seen before.
Yeah.
But if you can't pull it off, there's really no point in risking so much, especially considering that this is already the finals.
It's the finals, people.
Yeah, you cannot underestimate Mineski's potential. There's really nothing to underestimate. Noel is also back, and EXO and Noel are also a very strong bottom lane. They completely shut down BYY in the bottom lane. Top lane was just snowballing into the heavens, really, and
you know, EXO is 506, while BYY
Yeah.
is 141.
1-4.
So we'll see a clash right here. Revane is taking a lot of damage. He will be the first one to go.
Eat,
and
Ochi.
now Kulit
Eat.
is taking a lot of damage here as
Aw.
well. Dark Binding will bind Ochi right there. Yeah, it's a bind. But a lot of Mineski are pretty much damaged, but they can burst in a lot of people.
Oh!
And
Ouch.
Caitlyn falls down. It is... Wow, TG wants some more. He will be used right there. He's gonna go tower dive. Glacial Prison will be used. Right, Glacial Prison?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Binding hits Achi once again. Triple kill, and that will be an ace for Mineski. Wow.
Alright, so War Gods needs to really fix that game. Mineski, relentless aggression. They didn't give War Gods any time to breathe. They took advantage of all the mistakes that War Gods made. That's really what they're good at. They're good at exploiting all the mistakes that their opponent makes.
Yes.
And aside from being the aggressive team that War Gods is, that's good. It's good to be that kind of team. They do have that kind of strategy. But at the same time, you can't allow yourself to make too many mistakes, because Mineski will take advantage of it. And clearly they did. They win this first game.
Yeah, so for game 1, congratulations to Mineski for winning our game 1.
Alright, so we're gonna move into the final score in just a bit. And wow, Mineski just really walked all over that
Yeah.
game. So,
Effortless kills from LeBlanc and TG.
yes. Alright, so let's look at the final score. That's TG 15-4.
Yep.
So he really definitely carried the game there. And EXO very much safe. He only had one death, and I believe that was towards the end of the game
Yeah,
as well.
I think it was JLC that killed him.
Yeah. And then there was Yume, who obviously also snowballed pretty well. He definitely beat Ochi in that lane, was able to harass him, I guess, and he got 10-2. Really, it's JLC who was not the MVP of this game.
Yeah.
He had 311. The pick was questionable, so War Gods, do think about what kind of strategy you want to pull off next. You don't want to make too many mistakes. You want to up your pick and ban phase.
Yes, the picks and bans.
Yes.
Very, very important against Mineski.
Yes. Alright, so that's our first game
Yes.
of the finals. Mineski versus War Gods. It's not over just yet.
Yes.
War Gods again. They had a questionable pick and ban phase, but that is just them warming up.
Yes, remember
We've
guys,
seen-
this is the best out of 5.
Yeah, yesterday they faced IPT. They did lose, but they got back into the game, and
Yeah.
clearly they still have the potential to do that this time. Mineski, though, still a very strong team. War Gods do not underestimate them, but at the same time, Mineski cannot underestimate War Gods as well.
Yes. So anyway, what
Alright,
do we have
so
to our viewers?
we'd just like to remind you guys that randomly throughout this best of 5, again, we are going to remind you guys about the mechanics of the Razor Carcarius
Yes!
Watch and Win promo. Alright,
Carcarius.
so let's look at the mechanics just one more time. Again, the Shoutcasters are going to announce that the registration link will be open. When we do say that, whoever the Shoutcaster is at that moment, go over to the Pro Gaming Series Facebook page, sign up the registration form. You guys only have 5 minutes to sign up. After signing up, after 5 minutes, the registration form will be closed.
Yes.
And at the end of this best of 5, we will raffle it live and see who will win the Razor Carcarius.
Carcarius.
So this is the prize that you guys will be winning.
The prize,
The prize
of
that
the
you guys will be winning
Carcarius.
is right here.
Right,
Alright.
right here.
There it
Woo,
is. So I'm sure you guys saw me using my chin to kneel on it yesterday. A bunch of thousands of memes came out. I hope you guys are happy. Congratulations to whoever wins this one, and we'll be back in a while.
In a while. So stay tuned.
Alright, so see you guys later again. This is GS Amplifier.
And this is Yes Riku.
Alright, and we'll be right back.